Guys, so I have a mega freaking huge book haul to share with you. In fact, I'm actually still waiting for 3 books to arrive, but I can't wait any longer. I need to put these books away. I need to disassemble my book stack and make room for all of these beauties to live. So yeah, there's 49 books right here beside me. Combination of going to Waterstones and W. Smith because those are like the only 2 bookstores in Aberdeen. I mean, there's the Works, but it's not technically a bookstore, and most of the time it's very hit and miss. But yeah, the rest of it I got from Amazon. I had tried the book outlet and they had really good prices and stuff, but once you get to the shipping aspect, it kind of obliterates any savings whatsoever. So I went to the Amazon new and used section, and I think the most I paid for a book was maybe like $2.50, which is alright, because I think it was this book, Lauren Kate, her new book Teardrop. I like Lauren Kate's work. I'm not entirely sure what this one is about, but I think it has something to do with a girl who would drown in her own tears. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I also picked up Foretold, which is, I believe, the final book in the Demon Chapter series, by Jana Oliver. I've read half of the first book. I know, it's pitiful, but I've bought the whole series. I know I'm gonna love it, and I will eventually make time to marathon it, and hopefully that will be soon. So got that, very excited. And as you will notice, some of these have like plastic covers on them. They're actually ex-library books. Like, seriously. You know, because people don't go to libraries very often, so they keep clearing out all the good stuff, unfortunately. And I don't know if it is ironic, maybe, possibly. I found out about the Demon Trappers series from a library trip. I picked up a bunch of first books in series. I picked up 6 books that were the first in each of their series, that's what I'm trying to say. And one of them was Demon Trappers. And I enjoyed it, so I picked them all up, and now I bought one that was an ex-library book. So I don't know if that counts as irony or just a weird coincidence. Who knows? Whatevers. Who cares? You don't. I don't either. I got Across the Universe by Beth Revis because I have heard nothing but goodness about this book, and I feel very, very left out. I haven't actually read it yet, nor that I owned a copy. Again, this is an old library book, and I've heard that this is like Titanic but in space. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds pretty freaking cool. So we'll go with that. Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. Again, a book that everybody talks about. Everybody has read apart from me. So yeah. Had to have it. Had to. I picked up some Rochelle Mead books because, as I've mentioned, there are only 2 bookstores in Aberdeen, neither of which carry much Rochelle Mead. They have all the like Vampire Academy and Bloodlines kind of thing, but in her adult section there is only 1 copy of the 5th book of the Georgina Kincaid series in circulation in Aberdeen. The library doesn't even copy her books unless I'm willing to wait like a month. So I got these for like a penny each, so I don't really care. I got the first 3 books in the Georgina Kincaid series, Succubus Blues, Succubus Nights and Succubus Dreams. And I got Stormborn, which is part of the, I think it's just called the Stormborn series, possibly. Yeah, this one's about shaman who banishes demons. Oh, good, good, good. I got a couple of Karen Mahoney, or Mahoney, I'm pretty sure it's Mahoney. I have the Iron Witch and I really enjoyed it, and I'd been looking everywhere for the Wood Queen and I couldn't find it, so I picked up the Wood Queen. And I also picked up Falling to Ash, which is another Karen Mahoney book, and I like her writing, so I just kind of picked it up. I think, yeah, this one's a vampire book. This one is about fairies. And the third one, I think, is already out, possibly. So I might pick that up at some point. So, looking forward to those. I also have Paranormal Sea, I think that's how you say it, from Kirsten White, or by Kirsten White. So I picked up the remaining 2 copies, not remaining 2 copies, the remaining 2 books in the trilogy, Supernaturally, talking too fast, Supernaturally and Endlessly, so I can finish that series. I also picked up one that was really kind of random. I originally was looking at the synopsis for this book, which is Stolen Night by Rebecca Maziel, or Maziel? Maziel? I don't know. Either way, I was looking at this book first and I really liked the sound of it, and then I found out that it's actually the sequel to this book. It's part of the Vampire Queen trilogy. So you have Infinite Days, Stolen Night, and then the third one comes out in like a month or so, I think. So it's a new series for me to have a bash at. It was about a 500-year-old vampire who becomes human again, or something. I think that's the premise. Or her struggle to become human again. It was interesting. I liked the sound of it at the time, so hopefully I will continue to like the sound of it. Then we have A Dark Kiss by Michelle Rowan, which is a angel book. And I think I heard about this by way of the binge reader. I will leave her link in the info box. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I can't remember your name, but she is so awesome. So cutely, sinisterly funny. Like, she puts on like, she talks about serial killers with the cutest smile on her face. It's hilarious. I love her. And she hauls amazing freaking books. She has amazing taste in creepy stuff. So I would highly recommend her. She inspired a lot of things that are on my wish list now, and a few things that I've bought already. So yeah, Dark Kiss by Michelle Rowan. It's about angels. I think this is the first one in the series. I hope it is, because I'm certainly not buying any more books for a long time. I think that kind of goes without saying. Oh well, if it's not, it's not. And we have The Fairest of Them All by Carroll Turgeon. Same lady who wrote Mermaid, according to the cover. And this is a retelling of Rapunzel. And it sounds really, really good. It's almost like, it's like Rapunzel falls in love with this prince who marries someone else, and they have a daughter called Snow White, and then the wife dies and the man marries Rapunzel and she becomes Snow White's stepmother. So yeah, that could be interesting. I picked up the Shatter Me novellas, Destroy Me and Fracture Me. I haven't actually read Shatter Me yet. I have it, will read it soon, but I wanted to have the novellas handy. I also picked up a book of short stories. These are 23 stories about dark magic, and this has actually been retitled. It was originally called The Mammoth Book of Sorcerer's Tales and was originally printed in 2004. Pardon me. And this is now called the Mammoth Book of Dark Magic. So if you have the Mammoth Book Sorcerer Tales, it's the exact same thing. I just kind of wanted to branch out more into this sort of genre and themedness, and I wanted to read a variety of different authors and get a grasp of new styles. So short stories, perfect way to go. I got Requiem by Lauren Oliver, yes. And it's the final book in the Delirium series, and this copy actually has like a little sneak preview of Panic, so I can see if I am interested in that, because I've heard a lot of people talk about Panic and it just doesn't. It's like a group of people in a small town that's not really small enough to be classed as a small town doing crazy stuff to win a bunch of money, whereas if they had all this money to win, why haven't they left town? I don't get it. I will have to probably read it to understand. Then you got Dead Beautiful by Yvonne Woon. This has been on my wish list for ages, so I just kind of decided to pick it up. And I can't actually remember what it's supposed to be about. Set in a school. I don't know if this is like a vampire book or like an angel book, or I'm not sure. But Desire, Danger, Destiny. It's gonna be good. I'll probably read it soon and let you guys know. Oh, I got a big boo-boo. It's okay. It's just the cover. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I got Mercy by Rebecca Lim, which is another kind of angel book. And I came across this one whilst looking at the synopsis for one that's further along in the series. So I picked up the first in the series. Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear. And I've heard so many people talk about this. Like ridiculous amount of people talking about this, so I just kind of had to pick it up. Yeah. Luxe by Anna Godberson. Godberson? Yes, Godberson. I've been eyeing this book since it was originally released, and I just never kind of got up the courage to get it. It's about the society in the turn of the century New York, and it starts off with someone really popular socialite dying. So yeah, I like scandal novels. They're good. This one was also, I believe, inspired by the binge reader The Circle by Sarah B. Elfgren and Matt Stransberg. It's published through Hammer Horror, so I think it's safe to say that it is a horror novel, and it's about witch hunts at school, I think? I can't remember. The series is called the Engelfors trilogy. So this is the first book, and it's actually originally Swedish. So, yeah. Then I got Everneath by Brody Ashton, because I've been wanting to read this for ages and just never got around to purchasing it. So, yeah. This is about a girl who goes down to the underworld and then comes back, but the guy who brought her to the underworld wants to come back and reclaim her. I actually got this one from Poundland. This is Dark Heroine by Abigail Gibbs, Dinner with a Vampire. I just know it's paranormal romance and a lot of people have said good things about it, and it was £1, so I figured why not? And if I don't like it, I can always put it to a charity shop. I got Half Bad by Sally Green. Of course you knew this would probably appear in my possession at some point. Not going to talk about this one because everybody knows what this is about. I'm really excited and can't wait to read it. I picked up the Poison Diaries by written by Mary Rose Wood, based on a concept by the Duchess of Northumberland. And on the back, it just says, in the right dose, everything is a poison. So, and on the front says, there is no cure for love. I know this is part of a series, and it's about the daughter of a medicine man. I think, I'm not entirely sure when this is set. It doesn't actually have a date. But, I like what I've read of it so far. I've read about a chapter or so. It was good. Definitely good. Now we have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And I just kind of wanted to give this a go. They're like enhanced teenagers that are recruited by the FBI. Yeah. I found it in Asda going kind of cheap, so I figured I'll give it a go, see what it's like, because you never know. I mean, there are so many series that I love now that I've looked, and they've come up like this, you know, had a girl on the cover with some cheesy name like The Naturals, or like Vampire Academy, or Night School, which I'll talk about in a second, and I thought to myself, oh my god, that sounds so cheesy, it sounds so rubbish, and then I read it. Like the Morganville Vampires, it's such a corny name, but the stuff inside it's good, so I decided to give this a go, see what it's like. Then of course we have The Night School, not The Night School, we have Night School by CJ Doherty. I finished reading this last night, it was awesome. I'm really intrigued, and it's very suspenseful. Like, you go through this entire book not even knowing what the bad guy wants. You just find out who he is and who he wants, but not what it is specifically. You don't know what is mean at the end to it. You don't know what he wants to happen. Exactly. Yep. There's a lot shrouded in that book. And then we have Mystic City by Theo Lawrence. I remember looking at this when it first came out, and it was in like a library binding in Waterstones, and it's kind of like a dystopian, you know, one person lives in like the rich end of town and the other one's kind of like in the slummy bit of town, and they kind of cross paths and fall in love, and yeah. And this is more the kind of thing where like let's read it. The crop rulers of this new city live high above the flood and survive by channeling the energy of the mystics, a magic-wielding underclass who are forced to live amongst the poor in the squalor of the depths. Because Manhattan lies underwater. Yep. The world floods. I picked up 2 books by Brandon Sanderson, thanks to Reagan from Peru's Project. Yeah. I got Elantris, which is in my TBR pile, which I still have to get around to reading. And I also got the first book in the Mistborn series. I think it's a trilogy. The Final Empire. And they sound really good. If you want a good description of these books, go to Reagan, because I'll just butcher it. Really. I got 2 really cool hardbacks. This is Juliet Immortal by Stacey J. And Romeo Redeemed, which is the sequel. And this is about Juliet's soul passing from body to body to stop girls falling in love with Romeo over and over again. And I'm not entirely sure if this is, I'm not entirely sure if she's like just jealous or if she's genuinely fearful for these girls. Because it's as, the greatest love story ever told is a lie. I'm not Ariel Dragland. My name is Juliet, and I've spent centuries jumping in and out of other people's bodies, fighting for true love, trying to save soulmates from Romeo, the man who killed me. Yes, that Juliet. That Romeo. He's in Dylan's body, and I'm only borrowing Ariel's body for a short time. Then I'll be gone, and the soul who really lives here will come and take my place. And no matter what she remembers, she'll never love you the way I do. Never. So is she trying to help this girl, or is she just like sociopathic ex-girlfriend or psychopathic ex-girlfriend, whatever? You know what I'm talking about. She's a nutcase. I picked up Unearthly by Cynthia Hand, and I believe this is also Angel Book, possibly. I remember thinking it was going to be really good, so I picked it up. It's been on my wish list for a long time. Throwing things at you, I'm sorry. Then we have the Enchantment Emporium by Tanya Huff. Picked this up in W.H. Smith because it was just kind of staring at me. Not entirely sure what it's about, apart from a person who works in an emporium. Yeah. I'll probably talk about these more when I get to them, but actually I'm about to read them. I will talk more about them. Definitely. I picked up 3 books by Lee Carroll. Black Swan Rising, The Watchtower, and The Shape Stealer, which I also got from Poundland. So yeah, I'm already currently reading Black Swan Rising, and I will probably continue on to the other 2 fairly soon. So I'm not going to talk too much about them just now. I got Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge, which is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it sounds really good, and it's so soft. And it says on the back, she was trained for 17 years to kill him, raised by her world to despise him, willing to trade her own life to destroy him. But what she'd never expected was that he would change her forever. Yes. Looking forward to that. Oh, cute! It got a rose. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. I picked up the 13.5 Lives of Captain Blueheart. No, Captain Blue Bear. The 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear by Walter Moyers. This is part of a series. I was in the library and they had this book that I really wanted to read. I think it was called The Dreamland of Lost Books. I can't remember, but it's the 4th book in this series. And this is too early an edition to have the rest of those books. But it says here, the 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear, being the demi-biographical of... No. There are 13.5 Lives of Captain Blue Bear, being the demi-biography of a seagoing bear, with numerous illustrations and excerpts from the Encyclopedia of Marvels, Life Forms and Other Phenomena of Zamonia, and its Everons by Professor Abdullah Nightingale, translated by John Brownjohn. Yes. But yeah, it's like full of maps and things. If I can please open the page. Yeah, it's all full of like maps and things. It looks like it's gonna be really cool. I hope it's gonna be really cool. Cause it's a huge freaking book. It's freaking massive. And I picked up Dark Lover by J.R. Ward because I've been recommended this by so many people and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I really don't. I've read a couple of pages before and I don't know, it just seems very gruff and I don't know if I like it, but I'll try it. I will try. You know, I'll try. Let me know if you've read this. Is it any good? Is it gonna be too brutal? Am I gonna be scarred for life? Yeah. Then we have Empire in Black and Gold by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and this is a kind of sci-fi fantasy novel. It's the first in a series called Shadows of the Apt, and to be quite honest, I don't know much about it because I picked up like the 10th book in the season, the 10th book in the series, read it, the back of it, and I was like, hey, this sounds really good, and then find out how late in the book it. Ugh! I'm tripping over my words here, people. I'm so sorry. I'll start that again. So I was looking at the back of a book, thinking it was awesome, finding out it was like the 10th in the series, so I picked up the first one and went to the register and bought it. So I don't actually know what this one's about. Just that it's the first book in the series, so high hopes. High hopes. And so on to the books that caused all of this to happen. A Dance in Blood Velvet by Frida Warrington. Found this in W.H. Smith, brought it home, thought it was going to be freaking amazing, and just as I went to start it, I noticed that it was actually the second in the series. So yeah. Yeah. Went in hunting this one. I went back to W.H. Smith, went to Waterstones, neither place had it. I checked several times, neither place had it. Tried the library, didn't have it, so I ended up going to Amazon to get this, and that caused all of this to happen. That is my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you very much. So, apart from the 3 that still have to arrive, which I'll show you in another video at some point, that is everything that I bought. And I'm pretty sure it goes without saying, I'm not buying any books for a while. Like a while. A long while. As most of you know, I'm already on a spending ban when it comes to like beauty products, so I'm also on a spending ban when it comes to books. No more books. None. Not a single page. No more books. Not happening. But I'm so super excited about all of these. They all sound so good, and I know they're gonna be good, and I'm so excited. In fact, the only one I don't think is gonna be good is this one, but I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'll give it a chance. Never know. I might be pleasantly surprised and like savage, horny vampires. I don't know. Anyways, so I need to go tear apart my book stacks, find a home for these lovely little things, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these, let me know what you think, and tell me which one should I start with, because I can't choose. Anyways, see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.